Welcome back to Rob's workshop, and if you remember at the end of the last vlog I mentioned about ordering a new tool and waiting for it to come. Well, here it is. It's a universal Mitre saw stand. I've used a few of these in the past. I read a lot of online reviews, and this one's a Ferrex one from Aldi, and it seems to have really good reviews. The only negative review I could find was that it's heavy. And yes, it is heavy. It weighs 14.2 kilograms, which is heavy compared to the likes of the DeWalt one, which is mainly made from aluminium. But I don't do a lot of site work. I don't go and work in people's houses, and I'm only planning to work from this workshop, so hopefully this should be ideal. And it was the cheapest one I could find as well. It was £39.99, so just under 40 quid here in the UK. So I'll unbox it, I'll put it together and see how it does. This is the Mitre saw stand that I've been using in the past. It came with my old Metabo Mitre saw, and I've moved on from that one because it was a bit small. Now I've got this DeWalt one. The DeWalt saw doesn't fit on the stand without drilling it out. There's no way of making it bolt down to it. There's no extensions, there's no stops, so it's a bit of a pain in the yeah, so welcome addition, especially when I'm in the house doing skating boards. This new one, hopefully it'll be ideal, so let's get it together. There it is, straight out the box, and there's the rollers and the saw guides. So I'm guessing this is going to be one of the simpler builds. So it seems very sturdy, substantial. It's all made of steel, so yes, it is heavy, but I think that's a good thing. It's not going to move about on you. But before I put the chop saw on it, or the Mitre saw, some people correct me, I'll just give you a quick tour around it. Right, let's start at this end. Okay, so there's the roller there, and it's height adjustable, so you just undo that screw and that can go up and down. Brilliant. Then you've got these two screws here, undo them, and then that can pull out, so that pulls out a decent amount. Okay, happy with that. Lock them back down. Okay, and the leg, if you can see that there, that's a ball. So to fold the legs up, you push that ball in, and then the legs folds up to there, like that. Brilliant. Okay, and then the bars to hold on the mitre saw, you've got this clamp here. You pull it up from the back, they come off, but obviously they'll be attached to the mitre saw. So you hook the front in, then push down at the back, and you pull the lever down, and that locks it in place. Happy days. So as I said before, I've used the DeWalt one, and the only benefit, okay, it extends out quite a bit more than the DeWalt one, but that's neither here nor there. The DeWalt one actually has a flip stop here. Now I'm assuming if you want to use this as a stop, then you just raise it up and then use this bit as the stop. So for the money, I'm very impressed. Yeah, I don't know how much the DeWalt one is, but I'm assuming it's a lot more than 40 quid. So far so good. So let's get the mitre saw clamped onto it. But this mitre saw weighs a ton. Right, so before I lift the mitre saw onto the stand, I'm going to measure between the two bolt holes so I can roughly set the arms in place so I'm not struggling with the weight of that. Roughly 560. It's a good job I checked. Right, so I've stumbled into a bit of a problem with this particular chop saw. The hole for the bolt is too big for the bolt supplied, and it comes with only little washers, a tiny little washer, little spring washer and a nut. So I think I'm going to have to find some bigger washers. So Aldi, if you're watching, you need to allow for bigger holes in chop saw bases, or mitre saw bases, sorry. So I managed to find some suitable washers. So just beware if you buy one of these, that if you've got a large hole in your mitre saw, then you're going to need some bigger washers. So that's all that comes with it, that tiny little washer. So it might be alright for smaller DIY saws, but this big DeWalt one doesn't fit. Okay, so I've put the other 3 bolts in, it's just this one to do. Okay, so it was a bit fiddly getting the other ones in, but my tip is to just leave them loose for now, just so you can move it so there's nothing in your way underneath. So take all the washers off, through the base, big washer, little washer, spring washer, and the nut. Now the instructions aren't that clear, so I didn't know whether the spring washer should be on top of the normal washer or what. So if I've done it wrong, let me know in the comments below. Okay, so that's just a bit loose now. So just decide where you want the chop saw, mitre saw, sorry, and then tighten them down. 10mm spanner or an adjustable. I haven't over tightened there, just tight enough, just so I don't damage anything. Right, I'll just tighten the rest of them up now. So I found another little problem, but it's my problem, not the stand's problem. Okay, so the bolts they supplied are a little bit long. So on this side the saw turns to 60 degrees, which is quite a lot for a mitre saw. So as you can see, when I swing it round, it hits the bolt. But if you look underneath, there's enough clearance for it. Okay, there's enough clearance there, so all I've got to do is trim it off. Not a big problem, but a bit of a faff, but never mind. Okay, so I've mounted the mitre saw on now. I've just got to alter the rollers and bring the height up. So I've just got a steel rule, straight edge, put it on there, raise that up and lock the screw in. Okay, so now I can extend that out. And do a bit of cutting. So safety first. So I'm happy with that, and for 40 quid it wasn't bad. Right, to demount the saw, all you do is pull the levers up, and then there's two handles at the back. The handle in there, just put your two hands in them, and then you lift it at the back and roll it, and then it'll lift off then. God, this saw's heavy. Right, and to put it back on, just hook it in, push it back, and then lock the two levers down. Simple. So for 40 quid, I can't complain. The only issue with it is it doesn't extend that far, and it hasn't got the flip stops, but I can live without them. I never really use them anyway. I don't particularly like them. It is heavy, but it's going to stay in the workshop. It's very rarely going to go out to a site or someone's house, but I'm happy with it for 40 quid. Can't complain. So thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.